From his loss to Islam Makhachev to his fall in the pound-for-pound rankings, it's been a tough month for Alexander Volkanovski, but now he's set to take on Yair Rodriguez at UFC 290, and the stakes couldn't be higher. These two fighters have been on a tear in the UFC, and the upcoming fight promises to be an explosive clash of styles. He has been dominating the featherweight division since 2019, with a record of 12-1 in the UFC. He's coming off a loss to Islam Makhachev in a lightweight title fight, but he's now back in his natural weight class and ready to defend his title. Meanwhile, Yair Rodriguez has slowly but surely made his way to the top of the division, with a recent victory over Josh Emmett earning him the interim featherweight championship. This fight is not just about the featherweight title though. For him, this is his chance to solidify his place as a champion in the UFC and climb up the P4P rankings.
Mate, I told you before this fight all week, I said I'm on another level right now. I can't be stopped, and I just showed you. He actually took a lot more than I wanted him to. I thought that they could have stopped it a bit earlier. I started feeling bad in there, but that's the sport we're in.
And for Volkanovski, a win over Rodriguez could set up a rematch with Makhachev for the lightweight title. So, let's dive into the details of this exciting matchup. First, let's look at Alexander the Great Volkanovski. This man is a beast in the octagon. He's been ruling over the featherweight division since 2019 and has beaten some of the best fighters in the world. But like all great champions, he's faced some bumps in the road. One of those bumps was his recent loss to Islam Makhachev in the lightweight division. I mean, it happens to the best of us, right? But now, Volka's returning to his true home at featherweight, and he's not coming back to play nice. He's coming back to defend his title against Yair Rodriguez and remind the world who the real featherweight king is. This is a chance for Volkanovski to prove once again that he is one of the best fighters in the world. He's got something to prove, and I don't doubt for a second that he's going to come out swinging. He's going to be in top form, ready to take on whatever Rodriguez throws at him. This is going to be a fight for the ages, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Now, let's look at Yair El Pantera Rodriguez. This dude has been on an absolute tear lately, and he's finally getting his shot at the big time. His last fight against Josh Emmett was an absolute clinic, and he proved that he has what it takes to hang with the best of them. What's so impressive about Rodriguez is his explosive speed and power. He's got lightning fast strikes and kicks that come out of nowhere, and he's not afraid to take risks to get the job done. Plus, he's got some serious ground game too. His ability to control the pace of a fight and keep his opponents guessing is really something to see. But it's not just his recent victories that have put him in this position. He's been steadily climbing up the ranks for years now, and it's been amazing to watch his journey. From his early days in the UFC to now, he's shown time and time again that he's a force to be reckoned with, and now he's got the chance to become a full-fledged champion.
Obviously, we've got a division. Hey, everyone in my division, I've been saying it for a while now. Get together, earn that #1 spot, and you get it. If not, you're gonna miss out. It's that simple.
This fight against Volkanovski is his shot at the big time, and you can bet that he's going to be ready to give it his all. The stakes are high, but I have a feeling that Rodriguez is more than up to the challenge. Now it's time to see how these two fighters match up. This fight is shaping up to be an epic battle, with two fighters who are at the top of their game. Let's look at their strengths. Volka is a well-rounded fighter with a strong wrestling background, and he's known for his tough chin and relentless pressure. Rodriguez, on the other hand, is a dynamic striker with a wide range of kicks and a lightning-fast jab. With his superior grappling skills, Volkanovski is likely to have the upper hand if this fight goes to the ground. However, if the fight stays on the feet, Rodriguez could have the advantage with his striking ability. One thing to watch out for is Rodriguez's unorthodox fighting style. He's known for throwing kicks from all angles and can catch his opponents off guard with his unpredictable attacks. But if he gets too wild, Volka could take advantage and look to take him down. Volkanovski, on the other hand, is a more calculated fighter who tends to stick to a game plan. He's likely to try and close the distance and take Rodriguez down, looking to grind out a win on the ground. But if he gets too predictable, Rodriguez could counter with his striking and cause some damage.
I do that every time. I'm a normal human being. I've said it time and time again. Just hard work got to me where I am. Anyone can do what I've done. Anyone. Sky's the limit for any of you.
Overall, this is shaping up to be a classic striker versus grappler contest between two fighters with very different styles. It's anyone's game at this point, and we'll have to wait and see who comes out on top. So, what's at stake in this fight? Let's start with Yair Rodriguez. A win for him would be massive. He's already climbed the ranks and has the interim featherweight title under his belt, but a win over Volkanovski, the current champion, would mean that he's not just a contender, he's a full-fledged champion, and that would put him in the mix with some of the best fighters in the world. It could also potentially earn him a spot in the P4P rankings, something that he's been striving for. On the other hand, a loss for Rodriguez wouldn't be the end of the world. He's still young and has plenty of time to continue climbing up the ranks, but a loss to Volkanovski would mean that he's not quite ready for the big leagues yet. It would also mean that he's lost his shot at becoming a full-fledged champion, at least for now. Now, let's talk about Volkanovski. He's already established himself as one of the best fighters in the world, but a loss to Rodriguez would be a big blow to his legacy. It would mean that he's not unbeatable, and that there are fighters out there who can beat him. It could also potentially knock him down a few spots in the P4P rankings, but a win for Volkanovski would solidify his position as the champion and one of the best fighters in the world. It would also put him one step closer to breaking the record for most consecutive wins in the featherweight division. And let's be real, who doesn't want to break a record? So there's a lot at stake for both fighters in this matchup. It's going to be an exciting fight, and we'll have to wait and see who wins. So we've broken down the upcoming fight between Alexander Volkanovski and Yair Rodriguez at UFC 290, analyzed their strengths and weaknesses, and discussed the stakes of the fight for both fighters. Now it's time for my prediction. This is a tough one. On one hand, you have the champion, Volkanovski, who has proven time and time again that he's a top-tier fighter. On the other hand, you have Rodriguez, who has been on a tear lately and has some serious power in his hands.
In this octagon as much as possible. I want to be busy. I don't think this division itself can keep me busy. I want to move up, go for double champ, and I'll keep two divisions busy.
But after careful consideration, I'm going to have to go with Volkanovski. I think he has the experience and the skills to outlast Rodriguez and come out on top. But hey, anything can happen in the octagon, so we'll just have to wait and see. Regardless of the outcome, this fight is going to be a banger and will have huge implications for the featherweight division. And that was Alexander Volkanovski's return to the featherweight division.